Alright. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find the members for something. There should be 4!
There should be 4!
Well, I can see that. But it's really nothing boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right?
Yeah, fuck her, bro. Monika, I said Monika. Manga kinda fire.
Did Monika say she? Hey Joe, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join?
I said manga.
I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Refuse!
Oh, wait.
Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I can check it out.
Wait, Zane, it's not the Minecraft lawyer that's the most viewed video on your channel. You know why that's the most viewed video on your channel.
Materials another time, you're more important.
Yep.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. That should be Sayori!
That should be Yuri.
I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. Ah! A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Joe. Always escape me in this situation. This club
baddies on your screen.
is full of incredibly cute girls.
Yo,
so let me guess.
You're
Monika's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sourest attitude whose name is Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Yuri. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet you both. So I ran into Joe in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Oh, my mom's in the background. Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Appreciate it. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But I think school events like the festival are much more important.
You know what, screw that. Screw this, Pixel Paradise as a new game mode.
I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. 3. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission.
Yeah, and? Cunt?
Language. After all,
Owen?
doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good buck? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you.
It's okay, baby, I know.
Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So Joe, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. Fine, shall we? It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. You know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I just really grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with The Rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Sure, surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki eyes darts over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. Usually you write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No.
Cause I ain't no bitch.
Language.
The fuck, Monika? The fuck?
Language! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't
You're
like
literally
them.
about to watch somebody stab themselves, and you're telling me about language. Nah.
That's not gonna happen until a while.
It's not that long, actually.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's a shame, say for you, Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step up for me. Do you agree as well, Joe? Hold on, there's still one problem. What is it? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I boldly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but Monika, sorry! But I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange a glance before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Joe. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, The club itself seems pretty relaxed, so if Friday calls is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, except for Monika, right? Okay,
what do you mean except for Monika?
I joined the literature club. One by one, the girls I had lined up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Joe? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Just look at Yuri. Checkmate. You lose, Zane.
Joe, lose. I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Joe, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room to make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika.
I just realized this. I've never met a girl who was in the literature was also called athletic.
Well, I'd really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Oh? Monika? Is that you?
Press yes. Press yes. Oh, shit. Did you press no?
I said yes.
Oh.
Giggle. Hop. Flower. Kitty. Charm.
I just want to win Monika, she's so bad.
We have this fight. Toast up. See us till tomorrow.
Twirl.
Here's Jelly.
Jelly. Sparkle.
In what way, man?
Fun. Lollipop. Puppy. Boop. Vanilla. Anime. Sunset. Bed. Spinning. Alright.
Color.
Hi again, Joe. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Joe. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I can't even see the word coming first. That was supposed to be Sayori. Come on. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Joe. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointment glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Damn. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. I can't read! So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like it. Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
I'm gay, I suck dick every day! Sorry.
This is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Well, Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Yo!
Oh, and you could have done this at the beginning too.
She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out
shit lands on your lap?
where the other person stands. Is it? How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pulled it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Come on now, you can just ask for it, you know? She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait girls. Oh, this is a part. You're right. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging you or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of his voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Joe. Consider this a lesson.
Yes, Joe.
So there's a book.
Yeah. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. Hold on. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, it doesn't even tell me how much. Okay. She shoves the book right into my hands.
Run!
Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Wah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window sills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, this is whenever, like, her face starts messing up and stuff, isn't it?
If she fucking dies?
Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Land on your lap?
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. Don't get too excited now. Poor face is gonna freaking glitch out in a second.
Yeah,
I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really, you know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. Shut up!
I was just saying, I thought I'd remind you. Especially if you're good at cooking.
I can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Or, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already
awkward to find friends, honestly.
I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found
TJ!
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika. Monika's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh. I just can't win that, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems, maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Oh, it's quiet. What's gonna happen? Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Straight into me. Hey, here. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it into Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Joe. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share our poems now? Hey, Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the thing I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I want to be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what a real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Irk. Natsuki retort gets caught in her throat. Ooh, you're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go...
her face bright red blushing as she said that.
I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you're never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. I already read this! Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like this. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing serious. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it's hard. It hits you hard.
Numbers right in front of me.
Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand.
This guy killed me last game.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from you, from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not.
How young is she?
She's 18.
Maybe.
I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't.
No, he should. You really should.
But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to
I just
next?
wanna. This image has been in my head forever. You know how White's one of the most feared people in the anime?
Yeah.
A man dresses like SpongeBob.
You're right.
And he's the most feared person.